Hello everybody, welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns. Broadcasting the Skyward Sword Randomizer Easter 2023 Blitz Tournament. This is the Grand Finals Game 2 between Jasnix08 and Kitcot. Commentating for us, we have Golden Devil and Whalefins, and tracking are Jade Minibo and J-Dude. Say hello everybody.
Hi. Whalefins I think is running a little late, but thanks for the intro, Ricky. So this is actually game 3 of Grand Finals. So this is a short little tournament that has been going on for about a week, I think since last Saturday or Sunday. And Jasnix beat Kitcot in the winner's bracket. Kitcot won his way out of loser's bracket, and this morning, or afternoon if you're in Europe, Kitcot won game 2. So there's a bracket reset, and this is for everything. So this is the only match that's been restreamed here on ZSR, but it's been going on over on the Skyward Sword Randomizer Discord for a while. And Kid and Jazz are two of the faster, more experienced players. So this should be a good match. The one earlier this morning was like a minute and a half in between them. As far as the settings, it's going to be... So the score is 1-1. As far as the settings, it's going to be a 2-dungeon setting. They have to get True Master Sword. There's a Triforce Hunt. And you can see from their trackers what they're starting with. We're also going to see all of these hints on Fi, which is a new feature. So Girahim 2, that means we've got Fire Sanctuary and Skyview as our required dungeons. If you haven't watched a Skyward Sword Randomizer race recently, we replaced the hint stones with hints on Fi at the start. Okay, no Gorko. They're going to be happy about that. Skippers is dead. One of the worst the only Fire Sanctuary check you can't RBM is dead. These are pretty good hints. And they know where their Amber Tablet is, which is in Skyview. So the other thing is the dungeon entrance randomizer is on. Oh, and we see both players, they're going to do this clip from Karane's room into Zelda's room, which will let them get into Zelda's closet from the start. This is only possible because there's a new feature in the randomizer, Fi Warp. And you see Jasnix kind of jumps over and is able to get to the bed with the barrier. And you'd normally be soft locked here, but with Fi Warp, you can actually warp back to Link's room. And the Fi Warp is a relatively new feature that's been added in to the randomizer. Eventually, there may be random starting locations, but that hasn't been totally worked out yet. So it's a cool clip you really don't see often or at all, because without Fi Warp, you actually can't exit Zelda's room. We'll have to see what their starting tablets are. I don't see a Ruby tablet. So typically Ruby tablet is kind of the best start you get. That is it's a pretty early Triforce for both of our runners. Oh, and they do have a Ruby tablet start. That's probably the best one because there are a lot of checks you can get pretty quickly in the Elden region. And you can get them pretty quickly. Yeah. So they're going to be happy about that. But other than that, we're kind of just seeing a standard sky loop. Yeah, they're going around Skyloft. They're going to check potion ladings and things. Hey, whale fins.
Hey. Sorry to join late, but here we are.
Yeah. You missed both of our runners doing the Zelda's room clip, table clip.
Oh boy.
For Colossus Beetle.
For Beetle. Oh, how lovely. What a beautiful start to our final game.
Yeah. Unlike our tax day seed, no soft locks today, thankfully.
Oh, lovely. This is good. I wonder, do we have any Europeans in chat who know what time it is for Kitcot?
It's, I want to say the UK, it's like 10:15.
10:15.
PM. Yeah. So he's playing pretty late at night.
What a trooper. Yes, indeed. What a beautiful day. Grand Admiral Henrik, it is a beautiful day.
Yeah, and we got Fire Sanctuary with the chest from saving the Magma Hinted Dead. So we're going to see a lot of RBMs this seed when they get to Fire Sanctuary.
That is very exciting. We love to see lots of shenanigans in our seeds.
Yeah, and Fire Sanctuary especially, you're going to just see a lot of back in time shenanigans if you have not watched before, because you can get so many chests just with reverse bit magic by setting some seeds, setting some flags.
Yes, and both of these runners are very experienced in that because they're both regular runners. What am I trying to say? Vanilla speedrunners. There we go.
Yeah. Although you really don't see Fire Sanctuary in a vanilla run.
This is true. But
I mean, all dungeons.
They do a lot of back in time shenanigans, so it always amazes me whenever I see like experienced runners do back in time, just how quickly they're able to do stuff. I'm always like misclicking files and stuff like that, but
yeah, I am not an expert at back in time either. But I do know, and I'm not going to know exactly what checks they're getting with all of the back in time at any given moment, but I know overall which chests they are going to get.
Right. Yeah.
But we probably have a while before we see Fire Sanctuary.
That's true.
And as I was telling everyone, Game 2 was earlier today. It was very, very close.
Yes, this is true. I was only able to catch the very last part of it, but I hopped in and both of them were in Horde. It was crazy. They were very close.
Was that a cat noise?
Yes. He is not happy with me for some reason. Alright, so both of our runners are electing to go to Sky. Spiral Charge will not be required. As we can see, they doused the rocks, the breakable rocks in Sky, and neither of them pung. Oh, a beautiful Dusk Relic. I feel like I don't see Dusk Relics a lot. Thank you, Oriel.
No. And we got our whip in Lumpy Pumpkin.
Yes.
Not going to get us much now, but down the road.
Oh, there's only one Dusk Relic in the pool. You guys know what this means. I think I have another child, and we have to name it.
Huh. Well, we can think about it some more. It's not as easy a name as Tim.
It's truly not. It's truly not. Soup. We got good soup. Kitcot did.
Yeah.
And now Jasnix will probably get some good soup as well.
Yes, he will.
So a bit of a different sky route for each of our runners. Kitcot.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to matter too much since I think they're both going to go check Pero.
Yes, I agree.
They're both going to have to get the soup.
Yes, I don't think it'll matter too much, but it is interesting sometimes to see top runners do some different routing.
Yeah, because in Skyloft we saw basically the same thing.
Right.
They both did the waterfall cave dive.
I see. Jadude is saying that Oriel is faster to do first because that way you don't have to drink the soup, but it's not a huge time loss.
Yeah, and Jasnix is actually not going to go get Pero, which makes sense because there are a fair number of checks you can get just landing in Eldin without doing any items. And Kit's going to do the same.
Dig spot RVM? We will see, Jadude. We will see.
Yeah. If Pero has bombs, they will be sad, but probably is the right call.
I one time did talk to Jasnix, and he did say that he does like to find digging mitts before going to Eldin. So he told me once that if there's easy checks on Skyloft, that he will typically do those to see if he can find mitts before he goes to Eldin. However, he is not electing to do that today. So I wonder if he's a bit, the pressure of the race and making some different calls than he normally would.
Well, there's some more gratitude crystals, so they'll have 2 checks in Vitro when they get up to the sky. Jasnix peeked a heart container in the crawl space and did not get it. I think Kit probably is the same thing. These players are going to feel comfortable without any extra hearts.
Yes, and in fact, a lot of times they don't like to grab any extra hearts because it makes it easier to die quickly so that they can do back in time shenanigans. Yeah. Whereas if they have more hearts, it'll take a little bit more time.
Yeah. So Bokoblin Base was path to Skyview to Girahim 1. So they did not do Dig Spot RBM raid, unfortunately.
Take back the subscription.
It's not CSR's fault that they didn't do it.
That's true. It's true. We love CSR.
Boko Base, there were no pings in the lower area, which means whatever's on the path to G1, Girahim 1 for Skyview, is going to be in the Volcano Summit part. And they're going to need both Magma Mitts and Fire Shield Earrings. So we're probably looking at our Skyview relatively late in logic. Oh, Gus Bell's chest pinged.
And those are both of the ones by... I think those are the ones by east and west of Earth Temple. So those are bombs.
Gus Bellows is one of the first ones.
Gotcha. It's the first one. Okay, yeah. So that actually... They can get those. Because they do have...
Well, they need Magma Mitts.
Oh, I'm silly. Yes, you're so right. I'm so used to having Magma Mitts and nothing else needed for Boko Base.
Yeah. It looked like there was a piece of heart in one of the rupee checks up above Magma Turf. I didn't see the second one.
I didn't either.
But at this point, this is all the items they can get, so we're probably going to see Jasnix and Kitcot firework. We'll see them turn in or talk to Pero and check Beetle for the first time. And probably Betro if they don't get bombs or mitts here. Because Betro does have 2 checks they can both get right now.
Right. And Betro is also our path to Garahin too, so I wouldn't be surprised if they visited that as well.
Yeah.
Now the interesting
definitely will.
The interesting thing about this is our Skyview item on Pillar is the Amber Tablet. And as Golden was saying earlier, we might be seeing quite a late Skyview due to it being in Bokoblin base. So we may not have Amber Tablet for quite a while in this seed, which
well, there's our first mitt, so potentially Earth Temple is going to be relatively early in logic. Yeah, we're going to see Kitcot save Scum. Probably both of our players will also turn in the Horn Colossus Beetle because it will let them get 1 item cheaper.
Also,
but those digging mitts are very important.
Yes. I think Jasnix made an interesting play buying the 100 rupee check before buying the digging mitts. And I think this is a good play because he only has enough rupees to buy either the next 100 rupee or the digging mitts. And so if the next 100 rupee is something like, there's not a lot that he would need that would be more important than digging mitts, but
with the discount he can get both.
Ooh,
See, like
Golden's
Jasnix should have probably gotten the 100 instead of the 25. Instead of the 50, because with the discount he would have been able to buy both for 75, as opposed to both for 125.
It's true. This is why we have Golden Devil here, folks. He's the one who is good at math.
Yeah. We're going to see Kit peak both of these, but he's definitely going to pick up his mitts. Because he won't be able to get the third 100 rupee check. Now, Jasnix will be able to get the next 100 one after doing Malara, because she gives you a red rupee. Okay.
And it is our first Triforce piece.
Our second, actually.
Our second.
Yeah. Our first Triforce was the chest by the goddess statue.
Oh, nice. We'd love to see that. So 2 Triforces.
But
Lovely.
The good news is Kit doesn't have to come back to that for a while.
Yes.
At some point when he warps back, he'll just grab it. And he knows all the progress items that were in there. Yeah, Jasnix may not check that for a while, but I'm not. It's not going to punish him. But he may feel more of a sense of urgency to go back and route it in.
Yeah, Jasnix does a really good bat warp, and his secret is that he doesn't try to angle it to jump on the first gravestone. He just goes straight in front of the second gravestone, or faces the side of it head on, and then just hops on top of it. Yeah, he grabs it and then hops on top of it. And somehow that works. It's amazing.
Yeah, Jasnix just, the mechanics of playing this game, he's just very good at them. I mean, There's a reason he's had, he's in competition for the world records on several categories. I think still has heart percent on HD?
I believe so. And Kitcot too, a highly
Kitcot's up
experienced
there.
runner. Yes. The first sub 4 in Skyward Sword HD. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and both these players also are very good at any percent as well. But I don't know. Jasnix has talked about this, like when he is playing the randomizer and gets a check, like he is already thinking about the efficient way to move, and it's like little things that aren't going to make a huge difference over the course of, or they're not going to look like they make a difference, but they'll make a difference of like 30 seconds to a minute over an hour seed.
It's very difficult to it's very difficult to change the plan in your mind as you are getting a check. So say I opened a chest and the most efficient thing would be to change my plan, but it's very hard to change your plan when you're already planning something. Jasnix has just absolutely mastered that, knowing what would be fastest based on the item that he just got.
Those claw shots are pretty nice item to have right now.
Oh yes, for sure.
Especially without bombs, it's going to just make finishing Elden Volcano a little faster.
Yes.
I don't think we're going to see the out of bounds trick because he's got the claw shots.
Yes, I don't think so either. Claw shots are one of my favorite convenience items. Sometimes they are needed, but I do love having claw shots just for speed.
Yeah, they just make a lot of areas move so much faster.
You're right, Jade. Out of bounds does look cooler.
I don't think Jasnix is going for swag points today, though.
I don't think Jasnix is going for swag points usually.
No. Jasnix is just a machine built to win Skyward Sword randomizer races.
This is true.
So we'll be hoping... I mean, these runners are going to be hoping... Actually, Fire Sanctuary could be something useful. I'm just trying to think, what did they get from Betro?
They got a silver rupee and I believe it was a heart piece. It was nothing useful.
Yeah.
No, they did get fire shield earrings, so they can go check the Fire Sanctuary entrance.
Yeah, I'm guessing though that's not gonna... Well... Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be anything because... I don't think the bow could be our path to G1. And that's the only thing we've gotten in Boko base so far. So I don't think we're going to have anything useful in the Fire Sanctuary entrance. I mean, it could be our vanilla Fire Sanctuary.
You never know.
But
although
it's
yes,
probably not Skyview.
Yes.
Like doing the mental math in my head. Oh, it could be the bow for beetle access. That's a fair point. For the... Yeah. Esme is right. Because Esme is smarter than me.
Esme also knows a lot about the game.
Yeah.
And how the logic works.
Yeah. She kind of does a lot of programming.
Yeah, just a little bit.
If we want to understate her role. Yeah, so actually that could be our Skyview. Although with the items they have, they are not to be able to get Amber Tablet. If that is Skyview, because our Amber Tablet is locked behind a beetle. but like all of the non-beetle lock checks in Skyview are available to them, and the seed might be requiring a double dip, or Skyview could have our first beetle if it's Fire Sanctuary entrance.
This is true. Oh, do we have Raid Spinel in chat? There's our dig spot RBM. That would have been the result of it. Too bad that our runners did not pick up that very important red rupee.
We are actually 2 for 2 today on a red rupee on dig spot RBM.
Oh, goodness.
None of our runners doing dig spot RBM. Well, neither of them are going to have problems buying that last Triforce piece.
This is true. They are both doing just fine there.
Did Jasnix drink his pumpkin juice like as he was in the sky?
He tried to. I'm not sure if it worked.
Yeah.
But he is going to need the empty bottle to go grab... he's drinking it now. So that he can grab some water to check the Fire Sanctuary entrance.
Yeah, and because they both only have one bottle, they're going to have to run back and forth here.
Yes.
Slow them down a little.
And additionally, he can check this check, right?
Yes.
Unless it was hinted dead.
No, he will, he'll probably douse it the second time.
Yeah.
Because he knows he's got to go back. I think fairies at the summit might have... no, they were not hinted. Oh, summit was hinted Baron.
There we go.
Yeah, so summit and Thunderhead are both Baron.
So after this, checking at Fire Sanctuary, I would assume that Jasnix is going to fly warp.
Yeah, I mean, if this is not a required dungeon, we're looking at some loose crystals for both of our players, I think.
Oh boy. We gotta love loose crystals. Or Bird's Nest, this is
yeah,
true.
There's just not a lot of checks left that are logically accessible. I mean, for Jasnix, it's Beetle, Bird's Nest.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Esme was correct.
As she typically is.
Ooh, and we are seeing a layer 1 sky view, meaning that the beetle chest will not be doubtable. I don't think there's much.
There are just fewer enemies. I mean,
Yes.
there are few enemies you have to kill for various things. But with claw shots, also, they're going to be able to zoom through it. Yeah. And they have to do one eye, which you do not if you have the scale. Not surprisingly, both of our chests in this first area are pinging. And I think our runners are going to be praying that there's a beetle here. It's not like Skyview is a slow dungeon, but you don't want to have to come back for 4 checks later in the game.
Yes. Yes, having beetle is indeed very, very nice for Skyview. So we've got our first key that allows access to the rest of the dungeon. The nice thing also is that they're entering Skyview with digging mitts, so they can get this digging spot, which sometimes can be a bit of a pain. And today it's just crystals.
Yeah, so Betrow 30, definitely in logic right now.
And that eliminates the need, at least right now, for 10 lose, which I'm sure Jasnix is excited about.
Yeah, and without a beetle, Betrow 40 is not in logic. thankfully.
Yes.
Yeah, that digging spot is technically not in logic, just because of the way the randomizer works. That can be locked behind the water dragon scale if you're in a different layer. So as J-Dude points out, that's technically not in logic, but just kind of a quirk of the logic to prevent soft lock. It's kind of the same thing when like you assume that keys are going to be used in the least efficient way, which I don't think happens so much in this randomizer because there are just not a lot of keys. But in other Zelda games where there's like 7 keys in a dungeon, we actually get to see this fight.
A Stalfos fight.
I know. You don't see these in Randomizer that much.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of
Other than Horde. Yeah.
where you just kind of 2-hit kill them.
Yeah.
But this is actually a Goddess Sword Stalfos fight. And potentially we're looking at a Goddess Sword G1, which is vanilla.
Lovely red rupee in place of the beetle there.
Yeah.
So now Jasnix will be pinging to see if chest behind 3 eyes is anything.
And he'll be praying it's nothing, because that's not a chest anyone really likes.
And he must have already hung it.
I assume so.
Yeah. So now he will be headed to check the final 2 chests and then off to gear him.
Yeah. Oh, 3 eyes you can't do without a beetle. I forgot about that.
You can because you have bow. It might be out
yeah.
of logic, but I think you should be able to do it with bow.
You're right. Yeah.
But it could be out of logic.
Yeah. I can't remember if it's in logic or not. Oh, you can't hit the crystal to get out of it without a beetle. I think that's why.
Oh, I definitely thought you could hit that with bow or slingshot.
Yeah.
Oh, to get in. I see what Esme is saying. So there's the crystal in the tunnel. To open the door to 3 eyes, you need a beetle to get there.
So there's our H. And this is looking like a logically required double dip in Skyview. Yeah, they are going to actually have to come back for 3 eyes and the Amber Tablet. You know what would be funny?
What would be funny?
If the beetle is on the Ruby Tablet check, so they get kicked out of the dungeon.
And have to go back in immediately.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Wouldn't be that painful, but it would be funny.
It would, yes. It would be it'd be a meme moment.
Yeah. It would be inconvenient in a funny way. Because, I mean, there's really not a lot else that they can get at this point if they don't get a beetle or, like, Emerald Tablet here on one of the 2 checks. Or, like... I mean, bomb bags don't even really lock that much at this point. Magma mitts might be something.
This is true. So Kitcot is following just behind Jasnix, putting in the H now, so he will go ahead and fight Girahim.
Yeah, Jazz had a very clean fight. Not surprising. This fight is in the any percent route. These players know how to do the fast strats for it. And Esme woke up today and chose violence like we did. I appreciate that.
It is a blue rupee.
So we're gonna see Jazz Fire, or not Fire. They'll probably check the bird's nest and then get some loose crystals. But I mean, at this point, like, either a beetle or emerald tablet has to be accessible very soon.
Yes.
Just because there's no... I don't think there's any other item that could really be locking anything. Like, bombs aren't... I mean, Magomits are the other thing, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, and there's our first beetle.
Well, we know Jasnix is going to head back to Skyview. I wonder, though, if he's still going to just... Oh, he's going to finish out Beetle. That makes sense. Yeah, so we're not going to see loose crystals at this point because our runners know where their amber tablet is. Yeah, and there's Kit warping back. Oh, and he actually is going to get some loose crystals.
I wonder if Kitcot is thinking that the bat to Girahim 1 might imply a beetle is on Betro. But
it was Boko base to Girahim 1.
Thank
you. So they know it was the bow. But Betro to Girahim 2, I mean, still, since it's been junk, we know Betro still has something.
Right.
And yeah. And Kit is still going to go check the bird's nest on his way here.
Oh, goodness. Jasnix on his...
I think you all can see that.
Yes, Jasnix is mad.
You know 3 Eyes is going to be like a bottle or some kind of bait.
Jazz is mad, yes, because the beetle was on item and bird's nest, and the beetle locks Amber Tablet, which is at the end of Skyview, which he finished right before he went to item and bird's nest.
Kitcot. So we're seeing Kitcot's full stream, and he just gave the finger. to that location. So that'll be something we'll definitely ask about in like an hour.
Okay, God. Yeah, he sure did.
I can't fault him for that. Like,
No, me neither. I do that plenty of times to see.
it's your son.
It's my son. Wait, I missed him. Valid
That's dirty.
scene. This is amazing. This is beautiful. What a wonderful way to end our Blitz tournament.
It's true. We haven't seen a lot of tumbleweeds this time.
I'm the true winner. I saw Tim.
So I'm thinking Fire Sanctuary is going to be on Sandship with that. Because if Cave's Key is that path hint,
right, for sure,
then Sandship could be it. I mean, it could also be the Betrow 40 or 50 checks, but because fun fact, no, actually, Betrow 40 is not technically in logic still. Always appreciate your input, Esme.
Yeah, Coven Esme, everyone. All right. So Kitcot will have the advantage of having Cave's Key after he gets Amber Tablet. And since he has Claw Shots, he can actually go to Caves and Gorge and to Sandsea. Now, if, like Golden says, the Sandship is our dungeon entrance for Fire Sanctuary, then we will still need Sea Chart.
Yeah. And Three Eyes has our harp, so yeah, this Skyview double dip, very, very important. Yeah, I mean, Jasnix will go back to Betrow, but I think he's probably hoping he'll get some more loose crystals before he has to. Oh, and he forgot to... Jasnix forgot to get the switch. So he's gonna have to go around the long way.
Oh, I think he got it. I think he's just checking this tunnel.
Oh, did he? It looked like it was locked, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I am. That does happen.
You say that like it's like, that does happen. Not very often, but it does happen.
Oh no, I was gonna say that happens a lot.
Oh.
I'm forgetting things when I'm watching.
Well, I do too. Yeah, Jasnix does like to finesse that, yeah. Slip right by that tree.
Yeah. I mean, you are able to do it, like, because you kind of have some frames after you bonk. I just go around the long way.
I do. Cot and Jazz are getting those swag points.
Yeah. I think that was a little cleaner from Kitcot.
Yes, I think so too. I think Jasnix had to redo his. Alright, so now Jasnix is going to do his loose crystals.
Yeah.
So we did end up seeing it by from both of our runners.
We're not going to see Jasnix do this, but like, technically, they could do 15 loose. It wouldn't be a good idea. Oh, he actually might just be doing Colin's letter. And just getting that one crystal.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm sure as much as he can, he's trying to avoid loose crystals.
Oh, for sure.
Yes, warping there is just the tiniest bit faster. Because it immediately puts you back into daytime.
And that is a big old nothing.
So we may see Jasnix going to Linnaeum.
Oh, we definitely will.
Which again, this gives Kitcot the advantage because he can access Sand Sea right now, whereas Jasnix could not.
Yeah. And they're gonna hope that Mines is pretty empty because, well, there's only one check in Mines they can't get right now without Bombs or Hook Beetle, but going through Linear Mines is just kind of slow. Especially if it's only for the one item at the end.
Yes, and especially if you have caves and gorge open, that can take you to desert without having to go all the way through mines.
And more gratitude crystals. So that gets Jasnix his caves key whenever he wants it. And was that 2 pings or 3? Looked like 2 at least. I don't know if one of those is the Hook Beetle lock check though. But I'm kind of guessing it is.
Just one. But yes,
Yeah.
one that was Hook Beetle or Bombs locked.
So. Oh. And yeah, with those crystals, like Kitcot getting the loose crystals made a lot of sense. But now Jasnix not getting them is also not going to have to get them.
It's the time loss of getting loose crystals opposed to the time loss of not having Cave's key straight away. So we'll just see how it shapes up.
We'll see if Kit does Colin's letter or if he's just going to... Yeah, this makes sense when you're here.
Ooh.
Oh, and there's our bomb bag. Which is a big help getting into desert because it does lock a fair number of checks. Yes, Esme, kaboom.
You said that like an exasperated parent. Like
Oh, I did not mean it that way.
it was great, but it was like
And there's our Hook Beetle.
Like, yes, Esme, that is what bombs say.
Oh, you know what? And they can actually full clear Gorge because they have everything.
Which is very nice.
Yeah, and that bomb bag and hook beetle are gonna also come in clutch. Because with that, you can full clear Linear Desert. With the items they have, they can't quite full clear Sandsea, but they can full clear Sandchip whenever they get to it. At which point, we're just kind of going to be in a lottery for our last items. And did I say it's Fire Sanctuary?
Yes,
yes, but they can full clear Fire Sanctuary with the items they have, because the only check that's locked behind Magma Mitts with RBMs is dead, and they have the Hook Beetle for the first half. I think I was thinking Sandchip because that's where we think the Fire Sanctuary entrance will be.
yes. Yep. Yeah, I figured that's what you were thinking.
Yeah, which, like, unless Betroth 40 is our Water Dragon scale and it's in Ancient Cistern, that's the only thing that we've seen that could be path to G2 from Betroth. Fireworks Spinner is getting geared up for the prospect of a Goddess Sword gearing him too. I don't even know how many hits you need, just that it's a lot.
Yeah, that's all I know. It's a lot.
Oh, and Kit is gonna... This is doubly unfortunate for Kit. Because he's gonna break slide to logically get through, or out of logic, get through mines here. But that is gonna mean he will go through a lot of desert before he gets his bombs and his Hook Beetle.
Right. I wonder what he was thinking for that play, because he does have, like I said, he has Case Key.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. Well, Ballad is not useful this seed, but just good to know where that is. Okay. The somewhat good news for Kit is Fire Node, the only check that pinged, doesn't require Hook Beetle or bombs. And he may have mispinged. Oh no. Kit's gotta know now that that was a misping. That it was the other chest that pinged.
Kit throwing. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. Like, oh, did one of the other... I didn't realize one of the other chests pinged here.
Yeah. That one does require bombs.
Yeah. So I think Kit thought that the ping in Mines was at the end of Mines and not the one behind the statue. And that's probably why he went through Mines that way. And because I think if he had realized what the ping was, he would have gone through he would have just gone back and done caves and gotten his hook beetle, gotten his bomb bag, like. Whereas we're going to see now, Jasnix is just going to go in backwards through mines and get that one check.
Now, going in backwards through mines is... It's rough. You gotta, like, throw a bomb and detonate it, and... Or just do that.
Yeah.
Or just hit it once, you know? He tried to walk me through it once, and I, for the life of me, could not. But hey, this is Jasnix08. He is a speedy child, so... He's like the zombie kids in Minecraft. They're fast.
I've never played Minecraft, but I'll take your word.
Oh my goodness.
I know, I'm probably going to get banned from the internet for saying that.
Banned from the internet. Haven't you also never played Among Us?
Yeah, that's also true.
Oh my goodness.
I have Among Us, but I've never played it. Yeah, yeah, I just looked up when Minecraft came out, and it makes a lot of sense that I never played it. Because it was after I graduated college.
Yeah, fair enough. A lot more than speed and
Raid.
He's right, though. Oh my goodness.
I'll take your word for it. Also, I feel like someone should be offended on Jasnix's behalf, but...
Wow, Jasnix is getting a lot of crystals. So he now has 47, which is super nice. If he decides he wants to do loose crystals, he'll only need 3, and then he can finish out the Betrow checks.
He's not doing loose crystals. There's no
Yeah. There's no, I agree.
Ooh. And that looked like 2 pings in Lightning Node as well. Yeah, I feel like Kit might be kicking himself a little bit.
Maybe not yet, but once he gets beetle and bombs, then he will.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize the chest by party wheel pinged as well.
Yes. Yep. Poor Kitcot.
Yeah, I mean it's a mistake a lot of people made. Like those mine chests, it's when you ping them from the beginning, it's easy to mix up what they are. Oh, and there's our quick beetle, which is the last thing you need to full clear Sansi. Now they don't have the C chart yet, so they are still going to need that to if Sandship is our fire sanctuary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can see Kitcot's facial expression.
Tell if this is Kitcot's normal expression or if it's like the tad bit disappointed in expression.
Yeah, I thought I saw a little bit of a disappointed look.
Yeah.
I mean, behind the scenes, I don't think Kit was expecting to beat Jasnix. Like, I don't think he was expecting to beat Jasnix this morning either.
Right. But that's just how the rando goes. They're both very skilled players. You know, they checked some different checks, got some different items, and this is how it shook out.
Yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes.
Now, if you talk to Kitcot, he will acknowledge that as far as skill in the rando goes, Jasnix is more skilled in terms of execution, and as we were talking about earlier, being able to evaluate where to go next based on the check that you just got, and Kitcot will acknowledge that. But again, both very skilled runners, both top of the leaderboards.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Kitcot is... Like, if you look at the any percent speedrun, I want to say he's got a faster time than Jasnix.
I believe so.
And has also, you know, there is an any percent tournament going on, and he's been focused on that. Yeah, I mean... Jasnix has not run any percent in a while. Like, I don't think he's in the any percent tournament. He kind of, at this point, is a randomizer. I mean, Kitcot has been playing a fair amount of vanilla recently because of the tournament.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, Jasnix was in the tournament. Okay.
Yeah. He helped organize it, I think.
Yeah. But, I mean, he doesn't play vanilla as much. I know, you know, he was on the HD grind, and yeah, we're going to see all of our Batro checks now. Yeah, I mean, if there's an Emerald tablet here, that could theoretically be our path to G2.
Tim!
You saw it this time.
I did. I forgot about him. Ooh!
Okay.
So, since Jasnix doesn't have a C chart, I wonder... I would not be surprised if he went and checked Skyview entrance, which it would be very fun if Fire Sanctuary entrance was Skyview, and Skyview was... Wait. Skyview entrance was Fire Sanctuary.
Yeah. Yeah, he's almost certainly going to go down to Farron, I think. I feel like he's not going to want to go to Sansi yet. But, like, that could end up actually benefiting Kitcot.
This is true.
Well, nope. Was wrong about that.
There he goes, off to CNC.
He's not going to be entering that far ahead of Kit. Yeah, I mean, we're probably like over halfway through the seed at this point. These seeds have been running under 2 hours, especially for these players. So,
yes, and right about now, where it starts to narrow down where our dungeon entrances could be, we start to get more access. That's where it starts to get real.
Yeah, and as long as Ancient Cistern is not our Fire Sanctuary, then at this point they have all the items they need.
Yeah, or even if it is, and they get it pretty soon here, that should be all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Jasnix is going to Sansi because it's still more checks that you can get in a shorter period of time than Farron.
Yes, I would agree.
which is how Jasnix tends to think about where to go.
Oh, there's water scale.
Yeah, it could actually be Cistern or Skyview that is our fire sanctuary, after all. We know Lake Floria is dead, so the only reason that the scale would be useful is if they have to enter Ancient Cistern. I think Kit will at least be happy about that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, we're going to see if we get any pings here in Skipper's Retreat.
Which I do believe the shack had a gratitude crystal pack, I believe, which is not necessary.
Yep.
I'm sure they're hoping that there's and there is something. And it is.
Oh, and it's yeah. It's the worst chest here.
Oh man.
Get it? Like, if you're playing kind of conservatively, it makes sense to just go get this chest. I wonder if Kitcot is thinking I'm behind and I need to try to pull something off. Maybe he won't go for it and hope it's bait, but it's such a hard choice to make.
Right.
I forget the name of these birds, but they are the worst.
They truly are. I used to get sad when I was a kid playing the vanilla game because my dad would always kill them, and I thought they were such pretty birds, but now they're so annoying. Yeah, the unbuffered break slides. Jasnix does delight in his unbuffered break slides.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Okay, there was a second check here.
Furnix.
They're called Furnix. That makes sense. As a pun on Phoenix. So...
Your drawing glove. Oh, Raid Spinel. And beautiful graphics. Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, so Jasnix actually probably entering closer to like 2 to 3 minutes ahead of Kit in Sansi.
If Kit decides to not check skippers, he might get most of that time back.
Yeah, I just think when he sees 2 pings, he's going to.
Yeah.
If it had just been 1 and it had just been Skydive, I think he might have taken the risk. But
right.
I don't know. It's like it's the problem in chest dowsing matches content is, especially with so many swords, with a Triforce, Like, you just can't assume it's going to be bait.
Right.
Okay, Raid, you can assume it's going to be bait. Maybe that's why you're not in grand finals and these guys are.
Ooh. Golden, aren't you the one who said, can't we all just be nice to each other? Can't we all just get along?
I'm sorry. That was me. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. I don't think Raid minds.
Well, there's our first of 4 swords.
4?
Yeah, we still need 3 more. Yeah, no Goddess Sword G2. I think everyone is very sad about that.
Especially Jasnix and Kitcot.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Kitcot doesn't know yet. He's getting there, though.
Yeah, he's gonna get the sword. Yeah, that is one thing about the randomizer. Some of these late game fights with a Goddess Sword are just not fun. Yeah, and sure enough, Kit sees 2 pings. He's going here.
Again, a smart play, but...
It's like, it is the right play.
It's only sad for us because we know it's bait.
Yeah. It's sad for us because we want to see a close match.
Oh, yeah. Which, again, there's still time in the seed, but...
There is, but, like, the number of checks that are left is dwindling very quickly.
It's true.
Because they've, you know... There's still, I mean, Boko base is probably the biggest area. They can't get every check at this point. And obviously Fire Sanctuary. But, like... Boko base might have nothing. How do you finish Fire Sanctuary with a practice sword? You cry a lot.
Oh, yeah.
You can kill Garion too. But I feel like someone said it's like, oh yeah, you can't actually hit the crest.
That's true.
But I think it's like 60 plus hits you have to do. It's some obscene number. Oh.
Sword on heart container. That would be beautiful.
That would be a horrible troll seed.
Yeah.
I mean, that actually could have been possible in some of the old settings. Oh no.
No, not the Phoenix.
Yeah, that's just Kit kind of getting trolled.
Firework Spinner, I have an idea for you. Why don't you let me plando you a seed, and I promise you that I will not make you do practice sword gear him and then put sword on the heart container, okay?
You definitely 100% will not do that.
I pinky promise, and my fingers are not crossed behind my back at all.
Totally.
Exactly. No, J-Dude, I'm gonna plando it.
Well, there's sword 2.
Kitcot did a bit of like an exasperated glance.
Yeah.
I thought, you know...
We know our friend Gorko is not giving us anything. Which is going to make the runners very happy. No drawing skills. It's funny that Jasnix still has I am mad on his... You all can't see it though, so I think it means he's no longer mad.
I think so, yeah. He just didn't want to delete it.
Oh, and he triggers the cutscene for Machi.
But will he save them? Oh, he's gonna save Machi!
I think he kind of has to at this point. Like, Slingshot hasn't been hinted dead. You don't have a lot of checks left. You know you need 2 swords and a Triforce, and...
This is true, this is true.
I mean, also we get to help our very cute Kikwi friends.
Exactly. Save them up. Save the Kikwis.
Yes. If an area is barren, it means every check in the area is a junk item or a non-progress item. So that includes any rupee sanity checks. Thank you, CJ, for the raid. Welcome in for this SSR race. CJ is another one of our great developers of this randomizer and the tracker. And I think he was just playing It Takes Two.
Developer noises. Ah, yes, the noises that developers make. Oh, a C chart. Now, everything except Earth Temple is accessible. One of them holds our fire sanctuary.
Yeah, I mean, it's Cistern or Sandship at this point. Or Skyview.
Oh.
It's definitely not Earth Temple. Oh, Jasnix almost entered Tad Tones.
Dang it, that would have been so good.
It would have been unfortunate.
It's true, but hey, at least he knows how to do Tad Toads.
Yeah. There's no great place to put the water dragon, unfortunately. And he gets baited with Tough Beetle.
Oh no. The Dekus are causing Kitcot some pain. Thankfully he didn't die.
Yeah. Yeah, the water dragon also partially cost Jasnix game 2 of this series. He had like a minute-long adventure in the Great Tree where he fell down twice.
Oh no!
Knocked down by the water dragon. That tail will mess with you. I had no idea that Jade hated the Kikwis this much.
Jade is so sweet and innocent until you mention Kikwis, and then all of a sudden, she is ravenous.
Yeah. We here at ZeldaSpeedRuns are very much pro Kikwi. Not that I can speak for Zelda speedruns at all. Jade loves kiwis so much she wants to eat them.
Ooh, it's a roll. That is a frame perfect trick for anyone who doesn't know that. It saves a very minimal amount of time, but it's very fun.
Yeah, the water dragon doesn't do heart damage, it just does mental damage by knocking you off the log.
Just does emotional damage.
And honestly, that emotional damage is a lot more painful.
Ooh, Kitcot just now getting his emerald tablet. Oof.
And the deep woods chest looked like it pinged. Oh, is that why the water dragon just knocks me off all the time?
Yes. We have to be benevolent to Mother Nature, and she will be benevolent back.
She is more benevolent to me than, Horde.
Yeah.
Demise.
True. This is true.
It's a nice second try Cube War. Jade, I think you're the only person who prefers doing Cube Warp on HD. Oh, and it's a bait. Yeah, there's something about the Skyward Strike mechanics being different between Wii and HD. It's like, other than Back in Time, one of the few actual mechanics changes in the game. I don't know the exact. Okay.
So now that Jazz knows Skyview's dead, he will probably go check Ancient Sister, and then if that's dead, we get to go back to Sansi.
Yeah. But he'll, I think, probably full clear the rest of Farron Woods before he goes into Floria. Just so he never has to come back here. But so far, it's a whole lot of nothing besides the C chart here in Farron. We love Machi.
We do love Machi.
I'm surprised Jasnix didn't check what's behind that bombable wall, unless it was
Hinted dead. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing on Slingshot. Unfortunate. So, our swords are probably in Fire Sanctuary at this point. Just kind of by process of elimination.
Was Floria hinted dead?
It was.
Ooh. Oh. Oh no, he doesn't know. That is included in the Floria checks.
Yeah. Yeah, we're missing a Triforce and 2 swords. And yeah, I mean, the only other place where there could be checks at this point is like Boko Base.
Yep, which we still don't have Magma Mitts for. And there it is.
And
wait a minute.
Wait.
Jasnix?
Jazz? You can full clear it with a bunch of RBMs. Oh my god, Jasnix forgot Floria is dead. That is...
It's not hint.
It's not hinted dead. I might have been mixing it up.
It's a Seed Bleed.
It's Seed Bleed from this morning. I'm sorry.
No, that's alright.
Yeah. This is my second match between these two today that I've commentated. I'm very sorry if I incorrectly stated.
Don't you worry. It is all good. So yes.
Yeah, it was Thunderhead and Summit were Baron. Not Florida.
But False Wall. No, you're just fine. Was False Wall hinted dead? No.
No, it was the Magma Mitts chess.
Okay. Okay, very good.
Okay, I thought False Wall you can't RBM. For some reason, I thought you could. Oh, it's pingable. Thank you, Raid. Well, there's our Magma Mitts. And yeah, now with that, Jasnix can full clear the seed.
Somebody wall bonked today.
Why is he just doing this to fly back to the other?
Yes. He does claim that this is faster than going through it normally.
Okay.
It is Jasnix08, so I would not be surprised.
I will believe him because it's Jasnix, so he's almost certainly right about it. It's just funny to me. And yeah, we will probably see like 1 billion RBMs now. Because we will see statue RBM, the 2 boss key RBMs, potentially map key RBM if it pings. What's the other chest you can ping? Is Platt's chest? That's also RBMable, I think. Someone correct me if I'm wrong about that, but
yeah, I'm not the I'm not the person to ask, but I know that there's a lot you could do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, they're going to ping to figure out what's here. And they do have to save the magma because that chest is not pingable. Yes, Plat's chest RBM. Yeah. Based on what pings, Jasnix will figure out what to RBM. But, I mean, our swords and Triforce are likely here or Boko base, and I don't think there's anywhere else they could be. Like, just thinking about the checks that are open.
That's true, Firework. Boko Based is now open.
Yeah.
So we might not get Fire Sworduary after all.
Yeah, but if Boko base has anything, it's... Well, no, it could be the lower half, too, because we had some pings there. But those could also be total bait. Kitcot missing Lopsa roll. Well, there's one of our items that locks something.
One check. We love to see it.
I mean, at this point, one check is something.
It's true.
Meanwhile, our chat is talking about theory crafting of where is the best place to ping everything in Fire Sanctuary.
I should be paying attention.
Yeah. So we have, I think, one more. There's one more small key that we could have here.
Commence the shenanigans.
Yeah. If you like Great Smell, like Back in Time, this is your moment to shine. I assume we're going to see Statue RBM first, and then Jasnix will decide what to do from there. Yeah. And he saved with 2 health, so he can kill himself a little faster.
Don't take it out of context, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, so the way, if you have not seen Skyward Sword and don't know how this works, essentially, when you are in this back in time state, okay, he's doing map chest. The home screen is playable, and if you load your save while you are changing a memory flag, it will actually change the flag in your save file, which will allow you to get things out of order because it'll set the flag for an item you need. I think that's a good explanation. Or it may set a flag to spawn something. There are a lot of different memory flags in the game. And so this is going to spawn the map chest, which will allow it to be pinged. Well, he's going to have to do a commit first. So you have to do something that essentially commits the flag to memory. And then he's going to have to kill himself and respawn here. And that will actually be what resets it and sets the flag. So we're going to see him do a chest dousing now for map chest. Oh no. He is bit warping. Do you want me to explain how to bit warp or what bit warp does?
Yeah, go for it.
So the way bit warp works is you essentially save at a statue while you're loading your file. And what it will do is it will save the location coordinate where you are and spawn you at those coordinates. So you see it saving after he has selected his file, and it drops him here in an area that has not actually been loaded officially. So you're going to see some weird stuff. Like normally you can claw shot to get across here, but the claw shot targets are not spawned. And you can see this is how you get the map chest. Yeah.
Ooh. And Kitcot apparently didn't check Ancient Cistern entrance, so now he is in Boko base. Ooh. So now we get to see maybe what's in Boko base, but he is missing out. He doesn't know where his fire sanctuary is still.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't check Cistern.
Yeah, me too.
He may have kind of figured that out and just decided I'm going to go back later. Okay, well, there's our third Triforce. Meanwhile, we see Jasnix just moving his way through the back half of Fire Sanctuary now. Yes, I think that's Whale's cat. So now we know where the last Triforce is. We're still missing 2 swords. But this is the last check in Boko Base or Volcano Summit. Yeah, and Fire Sanctuary boss key is dead. And Jasnix gonna check Platts, which I think at this point is gonna be the boss key. Yeah, and as we kind of said, Jasnix, so his stream has the number of checks he has left. He's not always the best at marking that down, but he is definitely closing in on, you know, he's got 10 accessible checks, 18 total. And here's Kit now. Yeah, he knows this is Fire Sanctuary. And yeah, we are still missing 2 swords that could be in a lot of different places. And we're gonna see we're gonna see Kitcot here also do some RBMs. But he is going to go in backward and just check, I think, one last check here. I don't think I've ever seen this when you don't kill the Mogmanos. It's funny, because you're not supposed to be able to get under there. Yeah, the lava is not real here. It's just fake lava, fake coloring. I was not paying attention. Okay, so Kit also doing the bit warp here. The same one we saw earlier. And I think Kit is trying to really just zoom through Fire Sanctuary as fast as he can. Understandably so. Yeah. And, Kit just really moving through in this state where things are not totally loaded. I think there's some weird collision shenanigans. And so that's how you see Kit just jump through. Okay. And we're going to see this false wall chest now from Jasnix. Of course, Crystal is getting into an argument in the ZSR chat. Imagine
that's just what Crystal lives for, getting into arguments.
Yeah. All right, so there's one of our 2 remaining swords behind the false wall. I mean, I'm going to say, Kitcot is taking this very risky and might get away with it here with this Fire Sanctuary. Did not check the first half at all.
This is a best of 3, and this is the 3rd and final match.
Yep. Yeah, Jasnix won the first match in the original winners bracket. Kitcot won this morning in game 2 for a bracket reset. And so this is the final. And Kitcot, not Kitcot, Jasnix just beating the crap out of Girahim here.
As per usual. Girahim just loves to be beat up.
Yeah, and I mean, with Master Sword, it's faster, too. For all the talk earlier about Goddess Sword, Girahim 2, it then ended up being Master Sword. And we're gonna have to see what's on this crest. Meanwhile, Kitcot getting ready for some more RBMs. You know, Crystal, potato doesn't work as well in writing.
I just read it as potato. Tomato.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It is possible because Jasnix did get the rattle that Birdie has her last sword, which has happened too many times in
If
recent
that is the
weeks.
case, then Kitcot will definitely lose.
Yes, because yep.
Because he decided to take the risk that there's nothing here in Fire Sanctuary.
What else does Kitcot have that he could check? Because he went through
I
both
don't
of
know.
them. I don't know either.
Yeah. I'm not surprised that The Simpsons has done let's call the whole thing off. But that is very old movie song. Yeah, this last sword is really gonna decide everything. Cause yeah, Kit orphaned. Yeah, Kit also orphaned the false wall, so he didn't get the sword. He didn't do any of front half. Yeah, that's Kit's gonna have to go back for that check. Oh. He thought it didn't ping.
Oh.
No, maybe he did. Maybe he knows. Or he doesn't, but he's just doing front half now. Yeah, and we're just down to one last sword. Yeah, I think you're right, Raid. Kit probably knows what you can ping and not. This setting's been around now for 4+ months.
Jazz warping to Skyloft, and I am assuming he's just gonna go check out Birdie.
Yeah.
I don't think we
And
ever saw the two.
That is our sword. If that is the only check. So Jasnix just updated his tracker to locations accessible 1, locations remaining 3. So Birdie is probably our final sword.
Well, Spiral Charge chests are dead, so hopefully it's not Spiral Charge.
Yeah, if it is, then there's some real problems with the seed. And Yal might have to get back to work and fix something. But I don't think that's the case. Okay.
Oh.
It's Colin's letter.
Oh my goodness.
So
A full.
You know what? I appreciate that our final sword gets to come with the bonus of making by far the worst NPC in this game cry. Because Colin is the worst.
I could agree with that.
Yeah, the only other check that's accessible is the True Master Sword check, which the only thing that can be is a Triforce. Because you need True Master Sword to do the Gate of Time. So yeah, it's a full clear seed. Which means, kind of barring a disaster, look, SNA, Dodo isn't great. Like, I hate the clown trope and all of that, but like, Colin's a bully. He's not nice to the girl he likes. Like, Groose gets redemption. Colin doesn't. Stritch kind of gets some redemption. Colin doesn't.
Feel bad for Colin. He just wanted peer approval.
Welcome in, Raiders. I assume you all were watching an OOT randomizer race, if it was Silver Gauntlets. You're here for what's going to be the last few minutes of this match between Jasnix and Kitcot. Grand finals of our mini Easter tournament for Skyward Sword Randomizer. Jasnix is in go mode, about to enter the final bosses, and I think at this point it would take kind of a tragedy for him to lose. Glad to have you, Crystal. Glad you can hear us. Yeah, and just kind of, I mean, I don't think necessarily Kitcot played badly. There were just routing choices he made that kind of put him behind because things didn't... Knowing where the items were, it just didn't work out.
Right, yeah. I do think that's just kind of what happened.
Like, getting the loose crystals for 30 made sense in the moment, but set him back. Not going into mines instead of going to caves. You know, if he mispinged that chest, it made sense, but required some double dipping and added some time. And like, look, there's no shame in losing to Jasnix either. I know Kit probably wanted to win, especially staying up till after midnight for this.
Easter Blitz Tourney, and there's plenty more opportunities for redemption for Kitcot.
Yeah. I'm sure there will be another big tournament coming up soon.
Soon, TM.
Yes. Can't forget the TM. Plus, I mean, we have a lot of races going on, and people are very active. So, yeah, I think, I think people are talking about a little after the Tears of the Kingdom release, doing another season.
So if you're interested in Skyward Sword Randomizer and are wondering if it's time to join, now would be a good time before we start Season 3.
Yeah, and we've got Discord. I don't know if we can link it in the CSR chat, but if you go to their Discord, they've got a link to it. And truly, the randomizer is... Oh, thank you, Rick. The randomizer is getting worked on and updated pretty regularly. There's a lot of new features, a lot of cool things.
And just a great community overall.
Yes, most importantly, a great community.
So anyway, don't mind our little plug, but we love our community. We love Skyward Sword, so...
Okay. So, not everyone in the community. Maybe Raid is speaking for himself. But the rest of the community is great.
Yes, and Esme's right. The modding is popping off right now.
Yeah.
Yes, Jasnix kicking Garahim's butt as per usual. Again, Garahim just exists to be...
a little teaser for you. There's a Garahim skin that is in the works and may be completed relatively soon, which will mean you can play as Garahim. Oh, it's been released officially.
Ooh. So yeah, anyone who loves Garahim, hop on in.
Yeah, and there's Kit with his Master Sword. And Jasnix, pretty close to finishing it off, should have a pretty easy time with Demise. This is, I think, the only boss in the game you could do blindfolded because there's a very clear pattern, and some of the best runners do it blindfolded. Yeah. As you can see, just very fast, very clean. And that is GG's for Jasnix. And Kit, you all can't see, nods, is clapping, and we'll probably see them in chat because they were on a 10-minute delay. So they probably will get dragged in.
Yes,
GG's Kit, GG's Jasnix.
GG, definitely.
So I'm trying to think about what the most interesting thing to ask about in the seed was.
All of it.
Yeah, all of it.
It sucks.
Yeah, it ended up just being differences in routing and, not bad choices like Golden was saying. Kitcot did 5 loose a lot. Yeah, Kitcot did 5 loose to get 30 crystal, the 30 checks, which wasn't a bad decision, just ended up, Jasnix didn't do that and it ended up working out for him.
I think that's... Yeah, well, I think it's like... I think when I did 5 loose, it was more of a fact that especially because of the parting, I was thinking, right,
Yes.
well, it's probably good. Like, there's 2 checks on Patrol I can get, and honestly, I can kind of do the crystals on the way to Item on Bird's Nest. So To be fair, I probably didn't actually lose that much time anyway, because it was kind of on the way anyway, so it really just misses. But dude, that beetle on Bird's Nest, like, if there's like one place, it couldn't have been in a worse place. If it was in a Skyview, it would have worked out way better for me, because realistically, it kind of should have been in Skyview, because like mathematically, there's like 7 checks in Skyview, and there's like 1 in Bino on Bird's Nest, so it surely can't be that, right, Copium? And also, like, can we talk about the flipping like the key layout? Like, Skyview fed you keys so early on, it was basically begging you to beat the dungeon the first time you were there. Like,
yeah, you both actually double dipped Skyview.
Okay, that makes me feel slightly better, because like honestly, I think had either of us single dipped, that would probably turn the race. But the fact that we both did it probably means that, like, yeah, that was more of the game just kind of pooping on us rather than an actual. Because I think mathematically it was a decision that made sense. And again, the keys were all in the front half, so you would have thought that the game would have put all the keys in a non-beta locked place, so there'd be an item at the end. But lol, nope. So again, I think that was a good decision on both of our parts. It's just the game didn't like us.
Yeah, I think that the other place we kind of talked about was Jasnix skipped mines and went into caves and got the bombs and the hook beetle. Yeah. And Kit, I guess, did you just misping that chest and think it was the final chest rather than the one behind the statue?
No, I kind of just committed to doing that before caves, like a complete dumb fuck. Like, it was more like I don't know why. I should have really learnt my lesson to kind of do certain areas in Lanayru before others because of situations like this. But no, I was like, right, I'm just gonna keep trudging through. Like, I'm halfway through mines, I'll just keep going, and whatever happens. If I backtrack horribly, I'll backtrack horribly. And guess what happened? Bombs are in caves. Of course they were. And so, yeah, no, it was that was definitely a mistake on my part. I think that in hindsight, I should have definitely at least gone. I mean, I think it made sense getting the first chest because that pained as well. But I think I should have definitely. I mean, again, I didn't. There's a world where bombs are at the end of mines even, and like hook beetle is somewhere. Like that would have been fine. But I think that, like, given what the seed was looking, I think it would have made much more sense to go to cave. So I think that, like, that was definitely a wrong decision on my part. And I'll argue that was probably the biggest factor in me losing this race. Apart from the fact that my execution wasn't really on point. I could tell, especially in the first half, I was kind of lacking. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't perfect. And I feel like, again, once I'm against a player like Jazz, it kind of has to be on point. Otherwise, I'm very much setting myself up for failure. But yeah, no, I didn't play at the top of my game, and the seed wasn't very kind to me this time around, so it happens.
I mean, to be fair, it's also quite late where you are, so
it's 12 past midnight. I can blame all of this on the fact that it's past my bedtime.
Exactly.
Not my fault. I'm just tired.
He's just a grandpa.
I don't think midnight is grandpa hours. Past your bedtime.
I mean, grandpa hours is like 5 a.m. because that's when grandpas wake up typically.
It's true. It's true.
Like, dude, like everyone over the age of 70 I know wakes up at like 5:30. I'm like, goddamn.
I also do, but
I mean, I did for the longest time. I woke up at that time, and I was like, I should maybe get a normal sleep schedule. I don't know. Actually, I might change back to waking up at that early. I don't know.
Mostly been talking to Kit, but Jasnix, I don't know. The Betro Emerald tablet on 50. What did you guys think about that?
That was pretty annoying.
I saw that because I got both my Caves key and my Baron tablet at the same time. And I'm thinking, okay, last race I lost because I went to Baron instead of going to Sansea. So this time I'm going to Sansea first, and it paid off. So
I did.
That was mostly what I thought of that. I was just mad, but I didn't really care. I kind of realized that something had to be here.
I guess like one thing in my mind that could have saved. I mean, to be fair, I will say as soon as I saw that bomb bag in cave, I was like, right, well, you know, I basically like lost, right, pretty much. But I think like, the one thing in my mind that could have saved me was Cave's Key, because if everything was in Sansea, then I might have been able to pull ahead just because of how early I got Cave's Key. But in fact, that wasn't really the case. I ended up getting Emerald Tablet on, I think actually quite late as well. And so, for me, there wasn't really that choice between Sansi or Farron. It was Sansi because I didn't know where Emerald Tablet was. But yeah, it was kind of weird. And yeah, as I said, I think a lot of the time the seed just wasn't in my favor. Not that it was the seed's fault. I just played like trash, but the seed didn't help.
Yeah, the seed was a bit of a rough one for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, especially like Fire Sanctuary having to go get the false wall.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like you could zoom through almost everything else, but you had to get that one check.
Yeah, gotta love
Skyview double dip. Like, there's a lot of bad stuff.
You would have thought Trez rolled the seed for real, but no, I did.
I will say, to anyone wanting to watch how to route around Mongamit's check being dead, watch what I did today, because my route was like super good for full clear. Because I did front half, pinged false wall, and then did map test RBM, and if that wasn't a key, then I can skip it. If it was a key, then I couldn't. It was a key, so then you do back half, then do reverse route. And that was like easily the fastest way you could have done FS with considering you're skipping mob limits. So I was happy that I did a cool route, and other than that, I hated that Fire Sanctuary layout. That was garbage.
Oh yeah, meanwhile, I just kind of forgot that Mogumits was dead until I started talking to the Mogum. I'm like, oh wait, I don't have to do this. So yeah, I mean, I know my Fire Sanctuary routing is definitely not up to scratch.
Yeah.
I think I did... My Fire Sanctuary routing today was definitely better than it has been, because I used a bit for once. I did back half first, which actually worked out because the boss queue was in the back half. But my Fire Sanctuary routing still kind of sucks, so that was probably another place where I lost time.
Yeah, the other thing that just kind of was not great was like, you got both Emerald Tablet and Cave's Key, and Sansi just ended up being almost all bait.
Yeah,
right, like
yeah.
Skippers was a total bait.
Yeah. Again, it's like had Sansi been loaded, that might have been my chance, because of again how early I had access to it. But yeah, no, it just didn't end up turning out that way.
Yeah, you were still behind going into Sansi.
Yeah, no, I figured.
Well, hey, like we were talking about, Season 3 might be coming up. This is just an Easter tournament, so now you've learned from it. You can improve before the next one.
I mean, honestly, I'm just happy that I was able to take the game off Jazz. Like, I did not expect to be up by now. I thought, right, it'll just be like a one and done. I'm just gonna race against Jazz, cry, and then get the rest of my day. But no, I ended up actually winning the first game. Only by 2 minutes, but honestly, like, I won't lie, for the past few months, Jazz has looked pretty indestructible. Like, this crazy kid who just can't be beat, and so, like, I know it's just one game, and Randomizer has some luck element to it, but, like, the fact that I've been able to at least take one game off, when, I think we would say that, like, we were both playing really well, like, just to be able to, like, take one game off definitely makes me feel a lot better about myself, and about my abilities, so I'm... Honestly, like, yes, I still have yet to win any tournaments in SSR, even if it's just a side tournament like this. But I came pretty close this time, and so I think with that I could definitely be proud of myself. And yeah, I just got to keep grinding, keep working hard, and just kind of see what happens in Season 3.
Yeah, I will say, like, this is the end of the tournament. I am win. Kit is second. I also want to shout out Adri, though. New runner.
Yeah.
Got into the community, like, January. And then ended up getting a third place in this tourney. He only lost to myself and Kit, the number 1 and 2. So, honestly, super good run by him. Shoutouts. So, yeah, no, I mean, this was a great tourney. I really liked it. So, I was hoping... I hope everyone had fun, and I hope people learned something about competing. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah.
And I think...
Yeah, go ahead, go on.
What Adri has shown also is you can get pretty fast on these settings without knowing all the back in time tricks if you're just playing a lot and practicing, which is what Adri's been doing. Like, Fire Sanctuary is very back in time heavy, but outside of that, there's not a ton of need for back in time.
Yeah, I mean, hey, at the end of the day, if you put in good quality and quantity practice, you will become very good at anything. No other outcome is physically possible, and honestly, I think Adri definitely shows that. Just again coming into the community and just in a few months, kind of again placing third place in this tournament. So if you're out there sitting doubting and saying, oh yeah, I can be as good as Jazz, or I can be good as Kit, no, you just good quality and quantity practice, and you will get there. Eventually, even if it might take a while, but
Yeah, and a lot of the settings we're playing with have been in flux or revised recently, and so experience helps, but it's not the insurmountable advantage that you might think.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah. But no, yeah, I also just want to just thank Jazz for kind of putting on this Easter Blitz tournament. The off season is always kind of a dull part in competitive randomizer, so for there to be a sort of mini Blitz tournament like this was definitely quite refreshing. I definitely quite enjoyed it. Definitely kind of ignited a bit of a spark that I had for SSR that was kind of not quite there, hasn't been quite there. So this definitely kind of got me back into SSR in a lot of ways, and honestly a lot of people as well. Honestly, yeah, doing something like this definitely makes me want to do at least a few more. I'm thinking of certain events that I could do similar, certain competitive events I could do. I mean, obviously season 3 is just around the corner, but it definitely makes me want to see kind of more of these side tournaments that you can do in the off season. Yeah, it's really fun. Yeah, and thanks Jazz for suggesting and putting this on for me.
And thank you, Ricky, for restreaming this match, and J-Dude and Jade for tracking. I'm sure Ricky is going to send us out, but just wanted to make sure to thank ZSR and our trackers.
Absolutely, thank you so much. And yes, indeed, thank you to our runners, Jasnix and Kitcot. Thank you to our commentators, Golden Devil and Whalefins. And again, our trackers, Jade, Minibo, and J-Dude. Was it? Yeah, okay. Sorry, lost my train of thought there for a second. Okay, coming up on ZSR at 10 p.m. Eastern, if we're able to find volunteers for it, we have the Breath of the Wild All Judges Tournament semifinals between Tapir and Noman. And at also 10 p.m. Eastern on ZSR 2, again, if we find volunteers, we have a Zelda 2 multi-category tournament match between Kelsey and Meg. And then tomorrow at 5 a.m. Eastern, we have a Majora's Mask Randomizer Blitz tournament match quarterfinals game 2 between Pixel Shake and Bro Tinder Dogs. And with that, we're going to go ahead and sign off here. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Hope you had a wonderful time and have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye!
Bye.